Hi, just here to talk some more about the whole way that Guillain-Barré syndrome did affect me. Um, well, once again, um, I will be calling someone to talk about this as well, but not yesterday, but the Monday before that, I'd woken up and my foot was asleep. And that was the same sensation that kicked everything off a couple of years ago. So I was absolutely just terrified. I didn't know what else to do. I was upset. I was crying. I was freaking out. My dogs, my cats are all up here, like, are all in my bed, and they were, snuggling up to me and everything. Then I finally realized, oh, I can feel the blood going back into my foot. I'm okay. But I wasn't for a minute. And people, if you've never been through something like that, I know that logically I should be past this at this point, but my brain does not compute. Um, because of that, and the fact that now, because of the situation where I was incontinent and for a few days, um, and just the not being able to bathe myself, I now have this insane amount of stuff. I have body spray, I have dry shampoo, I have all kinds of things. I use the Lume deodorant. I pretty much head to toe. I've got such a, I don't know what the word would be about it now. Like, I guess obsession would be a better, lack of a better term, with hygiene and everything like that now. Which kind of is weird when you also look at the fact that I do reenacting and I try to do period living while we're at an event. Yeah, if you have a thing about wanting to bathe all the time, it's you gotta do some mental gymnastics. So what I try to do is pretend that I really did live there and I'd never seen a shower, and that helps. Um, I like to do, like, for the next season coming up, the events I'm getting to, I'm actually going to set up and do a get ready with me, in which I will powder and pomade my hair. I'll talk about how they got along and things like that. And um, for example, you wore your shift under everything, and then that also doubled as your nightgown. Um, so that's when I'm trying to get through things like that, um, like where I can't take a shower every day if I'm at someplace for a weekend. So I managed to get through. Okay, I'm fine. Um, I am now, because sometimes foodborne pathogens can either initiate Guillain-Barré syndrome or they can cause a relapse. So I have a mix at my home. I get the Lysol that's in the little keystone shaped bottle, the original Lysol that smells weirdly, vaguely of like mutated clove. And I mix that stuff up hospital strength, and I use it in the kitchen and everything. And I don't just wipe it down. That's actually not following the instructions. I spray it on there and I let it sit for a while, and then I clean it up. But and I was always pretty up about food safety anyway, because I've worked with food for years, off and on, whether I was a young teenager working in a restaurant or I was working at the deli, and working with things like, slicers and all that. You have to be very aware of what can happen to you if you don't clean things up properly, or worse, what can happen to your customers. Um, and I'm finally, after this 2 year mark, I think I'm going to be able to go back to the gym. I didn't think I'd be able to. I kind of developed almost a phobia of leaving the house. I can't even say phobia, because it was not exactly fear or terror. It was just something I'd rather avoid, going out in the world. And possibly, I mean, like, I get real sketch in restaurants now sometimes, and I just check every little thing. and I'm trying not to be like, like Monica from Friends. I mean, remember how she was? Um, so it's just, I'm trying not to be a pain in everyone's ass at the same time. And it's just, when I'm reenacting, what I do is I'm part of the kitchen. So yeah, since a few things have changed recently and I'm kind of in a different place on the totem pole than I was, um, I'm going to be trying to institute some of the things that I like, that I want to have done. My husband and I can build pretty much anything. I say my husband and I, what am I kidding? I hand him a picture of something and go, make this real, and he does it. He's made me so many beautiful things. He made my coffee table when he was in 10th grade. Well, it was technically his first, but there's a desk in my garage made out of burl walnut. It just doesn't fit in the house because it's like 6 feet long, 3 feet wide, and like 2.5 feet tall. It's just huge. I have no idea what all is in that thing I just dropped, and I'll get back to it in a minute. It's I mean, I don't know if anybody else goes through that. Like, little things will come, or you'll get tired, and even now I get tired to the point where I can't, I just can't function. I have to go upstairs and, like, I just go upstairs, I watch stupid little videos, I make stupid little videos, or I read a book. And yes, it is not even 6 o'clock and I'm already back in my pajamas for the night. Because I just am. But does anybody else ever feel that way? Does anybody else ever feel like something weird happens and it reminds you of something and you're like, oh my God, here we go again. I can't do this again. I mean, in reality, of course, I'd do it again, because if I had a relapse, because what choice do I have? It's not like I'm going to be able to do anything about it. Not like I can go anywhere. Not like I can escape if that were to happen. But I just do my best to keep everything on the up, on an even keel. But sometimes I fail. I'm totally not going to lie. There is one thing that I do when I get the severe anxiety and things. I will take a gummy. I will take a cannabis gummy, and I don't really care who doesn't like it. If I said that I had a beer, if I said that I drank a martini or something, nobody'd have a problem with it. I'm not like, I didn't do it for years and years until I did. And the difference was amazing. It wasn't anything like, it wasn't like what I was used to, the drag, and then the basically just the dead brain that you would have from other things. But I don't have that. But I will, that's about it right now. I'll be showing off a lot of my art next time I decide to upload something. It'll be while I'm painting, and I'll talk about the painting, talk about a few things like, I can teach you the rules and etiquette for drive-through customers, which I came up with about 15 years ago when I was working in a drive-through, and people just didn't seem to get it. All right, have a nice day.